Today's video will be a simple guide on how you can search for a flight ticket online, and then I will also proceed to actually book the ticket so you will know what to expect every step of the way. I will then proceed to cancel the ticket and receive a full refund, even though the flight is non-refundable. I'll show you exactly how it's done. We will be using Google Flights, which is a free tool that anyone can use to search both international and domestic flight tickets online completely independently. What we'll be booking today is a round-trip flight from JFK New York Airport all the way to LAX Los Angeles International Airport. Once you've put in your departure and your destination airports, you'll want to click this little calendar button and then scroll till you find your dates. For this example, we will be flying out of New York on Friday, August 4th, and then flying back home from Los Angeles to New York on Sunday, August 6th. It'll just be a quick weekend trip. The price that you see here is $408. This is with the taxes included, the lowest round-trip flight ticket that is available for those dates. Once you hit done, we will be able to see all of the flights that are available. This first one has a stop, so you will need to change planes. We don't want to do that when there are many non-stop options available. Scroll down and you'll be able to see even more flight options. So let's say we need to wait until after work. So this flight that leaves at 6:15 p.m., it's local time at your departure airport. So it will be 6:15 in New York when it departs. And the price that you see here, $518, is going to be the total cost with all of your taxes and your fees included for the round-trip flight. So it includes your flight ticket from New York to Los Angeles and then your return flight ticket on Sunday from Los Angeles back to New York. Also, if you are curious...
Hey, what's up, what I do, y'all? It's just truly Mr. PSA. I am the public Sony's Nostrums, aka I am Sony Reviewed It. Today, we are reacting to buying our first ticket. A lot of you guys are probably asking, why should you listen to me? But I am an expert in the airline industry. I currently work in the field, so I'm going to take my experiences and share with you guys and hopefully help you guys save a little extra coins.
You can scroll all the way to the bottom and you can confirm that the prices you are seeing are in your local currency. These are in US dollar. You can click and change it if you would like. Okay. So let's say we're happy with this flight. You're then going to click to select it. And now we will be choosing our return flight on the Sunday. What we are seeing here are the options. So for the $518 round trip special deal, it's highlighted in green because it is the best offer that Google Flights has for us for this trip. We will need to take the flight that leaves Los Angeles at local time 11:59 p.m. It's then going to be arriving in New York one day later. That's what this little plus sign means, because it will be the Monday by the time that we arrive at 8:39 a.m. New York time. 5-hour flight, non-stop again, not bad. So let's say we're happy with this one. We will click on it. And now you will be able to review your entire trip with the departing flight and the arrival flight in one place. You can use that little drop-down arrow to see if there's any notifications about your flight, such as this one that indicates it's going to be overnight. Then we scroll down, and since Google Flights is only a search engine, you do not actually book your flight ticket or pay Google Flights anything. Instead, it's going to give you options to redirect you to an airline's website where it's going to take all the details of the flights that you just searched and plug them in on that airline's website for you to make the payment and complete the booking.
Now, when you guys are buying a ticket, I want to be very blunt with you guys. I strongly advise you guys that when buying a ticket, use your first, last, middle name. Don't use any nicknames. So if your nickname is Rick, but your government name is Richard, you have to use Richard. You're probably saying, why should I not use my nickname and use my full name? Just because once you purchase your ticket, you go upstairs to TSA. What they're going to do is they're going to screen your ID. They're going to make sure your name is properly correct in the system. So if your ID says Richard on there, but your nickname is Rick, they're going to have you go back downstairs to the airline, whichever airline you bought it from, let it be American, United, Delta, Spirit, Southwest. they're going to have you fix it. Now, the downfall about doing that is once you go back downstairs, you lose your spot in TSA. Now, during the government shutdown, as it is right now, it could take you 20 minutes. It could take you 15 minutes. Just like every other company, the airline is currently short-staffed. Some people don't come into work. People are short. People call out sick. So I would strongly advise that if you're buying a ticket, just put everything accurately correct on your purchase. Just because if you do it wrong, it's going to cost you time and it'll cost you money. So what I would do if you're checking in at the airline, instead of going to the kiosk, I would recommend just go to the desk or go talk to an agent and just have them verify that your name is spelled right, birthday is spelled, the birthday is input correctly. Because if it's not input correctly, you go upstairs to TSA, you're not going to be a happy person.
So in this case, it gives us the different options to book with Delta. You will also have these options as well as many other options to upgrade your flight on delta.com. So we will start by continuing with this basic economy ticket. Here it gives you the trip summary. It's pulled from Google Flights, so just verify that the details are exactly what you searched previously. It's the same flight you were looking at, and then head over here to see your trip total. So we were quoted at $518 US for the trip. Here it is $517.80. So it's the same price. Then you will scroll down. Again, you'll have more options to upgrade your flight ticket if you would like, or to purchase a refundable ticket, which is an additional $280 per person. We are going to avoid all of these upgrades for now, and then we will click continue to review and to make your payment. Here you are just reviewing your tickets. You have the option again to upgrade in price if you would like to choose your seats. I'm not going to. Here it is also telling you what is included in your ticket. Your carry-on is going to be free.
Now, mind you, at this point, she's talking about flying with Delta. You have a carry-on. A carry-on is just a regular small bag that can fit in the overhead bin space. A carry-on is not a jumbo-sized luggage that you can take to Europe or France. So I'd advise you that when you have your carry-on bag, make sure everything in the carry-on bag is travel size, such as small lotion, small shampoo, small toothpaste, because if the stuff you're traveling with are accessories, shampoo, toothbrush, or toothpaste, it's not travel size, TSA will make you throw it away. That's just that. Also, depending on the ticket that she buy here it's a basic economy ticket, which I always say if you're traveling with any airlines, never buy a basic economy ticket, just because once you buy a basic economy ticket, it's pretty much getting into a car accident and having no car insurance, which means you're fully liable for that. If something happens and you miss your flight, that basic economy ticket is not refundable. So all that money, the $517 that she's showing on the screen, that pretty much went to waste. So I would just buy one notch up just so you can have basically not like insurance, but like the main cabin ones. Those ones definitely guarantee you that they can rebook you for free.
So you can bring a carry-on suitcase with you as well as a personal item like a purse or a backpack. It's going to give you the option if you'd like to add on any travel insurance. I'm personally going to say no. I use my own travel insurance. It's much cheaper than this, and I have them linked in the description if you're interested. Also, the credit card that you use to actually make the booking for this trip may have travel insurance protection already included. And then even though we are paying for a non-refundable flight, you have this 24-hour risk-free cancellation option. So this applies to any airline that you book with in the United States. So assuming the flight either starts in the US or ends in the US, within this cancellation period, you will get a full refund to your original payment method, which is exactly what we're going to be doing in this tutorial, as I have no intention of actually taking this flight. Okay, my trip to Los Angeles, California is booked. So now in order to cancel this flight, I'm going to copy this confirmation number. Then I'm going to go up to My Trips. I'm going to paste my confirmation number. It's going to pull up my full flight. If you did exit out of that confirmation page and you come back onto this several hours later, as long as you are within that 24-hour period, you can head to the top Delta menu and click My Trips to find your itinerary. Now that we are on here, we see the option right here that says need to cancel. going to click on it. It is reaffirming that I have this 24-hour risk-free cancellation period. I will look.
It's very important whenever you're purchasing a ticket. She's mentioning about canceling a flight. A lot of the times, yeah, once you pass that 24-hour mark, a lot of the times the airline will or will not honor it, because what they'll do sometimes is if you wait 2 days prior, they might not be able to honor it. But what they will do is they might give you a credit. What does credit means? Credit basically means that what they'll do is pretty much, instead of giving you the money, they'll just give you credit, which will stay with them on your profile for, I believe, up to a year. I'm not fully accurate on that one. And then what it means, whenever you're ready to buy another ticket, then they can use, let's say if the credit was an additional $300 and your ticket was $500, they'll apply that $300 towards your ticket, and you probably end up having to pay $200 or $205. So definitely, whenever you're buying a ticket, be very, very smart. Read every fine print, word for word. Take your time, slow down, because a lot of times people buy a ticket and they end up actually putting the wrong date on there, and then they go to the airport thinking they're flying on Tuesday, but it's actually Wednesday. So double check your work. And also, once you get that email from the airline, whichever airline you're traveling with, it says check in. Always check in, because if you don't check in, it could end up being bad news, to the point where if you don't check in, you get to the airport, you try printing your boarding pass 40 minutes before departure, your ticket will not print. It will tell you to go see an agent. Now, once you go see an agent, the agent will tell you that you missed your flight, just because checking in, they give you up to, I believe, 24 hours. As soon as you get that email that says check in, just go ahead and check in. And also, I'd advise you to get a boarding pass on your phone.
At my refund details, it says you are eligible for a refund backed to the original form of payment, but please note refunds may take up to 7 days to process. At which point I'm going to move forward, cancel, and refund the trip. And the trip has now been successfully.
Now, the refund she's talking about, it may take 7 days. That also depends on the time. As I don't know if you guys remember about a year or two ago, where a lot of the airlines were having IT issues and difficulties. That time, a lot of people were not getting on the flights. Excuse me. People are missing flights. So that 7-day refund that she's mentioning, it could go from 7 days, or it could go to up to as much as 30 days. Now, mind you, it all depends on the circumstances. So don't always believe that it's 7 days. She's right. It could be 7 days when everything is going good. But when everything is going bad, IT issues, like right now with the government shutdown, that return could take you 30 to 60 days.
Canceled. So hopefully this video has helped to give you confidence in searching for flights, going to the airline's website to book a flight independently, and then knowing that you still have a 24-hour cancellation period. Thank you so much for watching, and definitely consider subscribing.
All right, guys, that was a decently short video on helping you to book a ticket to anywhere that you want to go to. Just to give you guys tip of advice: if you're booking a ticket, take your time, be patient. If you're booking a trip for like 3 people and you're the main person entering passport information in, please take your time and slow down. And after you do it, look over your work. And if you're not too sure of yourself, when you get to the airport, instead of checking in at the kiosk, I would strongly advise that you check in at the counter with an agent, and that you can just tell the agent, hey, this is my first time flying, can you please double check my work? He or she will definitely double check your work, and they will let you know everything is okay. Here's your boarding pass, here's your bag tag, you're good to go. As always, guys, Sony reviewed it, just did a nice reaction video to buying a ticket for the first time. Once again, questions, comments, concerns, I'll leave the link in the description below of her YouTube page so you guys can go follow her.